Hey everyone, James Niggemeyer here. Thank you for tuning back into the YouTube channel. Today I'd like to do an episode for my playlist Seasonal Patterns. And this is something that has kind of bailed me out over the years during the winter time period. We're almost into the New Year's and I want to wish everybody a happy new year. But we've also got some of the coldest water temps and we haven't quite hit those here in Northeast Texas, but I know they're coming. We're going to get some cold weather here and it's going to really drop the water temperatures. And a lot of other places in the country, I'm sure you're experiencing some of the coldest water temps of the year. And sometimes it can be challenging to catch fish on, say, jerk baits or your traditional half-ounce size baits or larger type reaction type baits. And really, when we think about winter and we think about lethargic fish, sometimes we don't really think about reaction baits, but sometimes that is one of the better ways to catch them. Slowing down and fishing finesse type baits is good, or bottom bouncing type baits like a jig can really draw strikes, but there are times when you just need to have something go by them in a stop-start fashion, or just, come by an ambush position that a fish is utilizing, and that's the best way to get them to bite. But even on those days, it can be challenging. And one of the things that I've found that can be really good is to go to a downsized bait, like a smaller square bill, a 1.0 size square bill, anything like that is, the smallest of the offerings of a certain hard bait line. Like this is the Bill Lewis ATV 1.0. Something like that. I love my crawfish patterns in the wintertime. Something about the reds just always seems to be good as far as getting bites. But there are times when your gold blackbacks or your chrome blues, or maybe just your shad patterns, like a sexy shad type pattern, can be good. Another thing that can be really good, a 1/4 ounce Bill Lewis rattle trap. But your smaller type baits like this can be great at getting bites. And what I'm looking for really is, your riprap banks, your banks that are a little bit steeper, and sometimes even docks. Docks where they're located on maybe your 45-degree banks or with some deep water nearby. But sometimes I've found even in the coldest temps, those fish will be almost on the walkways, maybe areas where you have a column that's supporting the dock or a float or something like that. But you're not looking at trying to catch a bunch of fish, but it can be a fun way to kind of break up the monotony of, fishing offshore, fishing deep, especially when you're not getting as many bites. Throwing a square bill crankbait or a lipless crankbait around can definitely put some fish in the boat for you. I just know that over the years, I've really done well with a 1/4 ounce Bill Lewis rattle trap. And I've done well with it, fishing it on 12-pound tests, and just caught fish in areas where maybe there's some scattered grass leading into a spawning pocket, a main lake bank, or even inside of a main lake tributary or creek, fishing it around areas where the creek channel swings closest to the bank. Those types of places can be great. And I'll just fish it on, say, 12 or 14-pound test, cast it out, reel it in really slowly as you can. And that goes the same for your square bills. You're going to want it to bump into the bottom. If you have some grass, that's also good. Maybe some wood. But your riprap banks, your more rocky type banks, your docks, and a little bit of grass, especially if you have primary and secondary points that actually lead into some major creek tributaries, or the first 1/4 or first third of a major creek tributary, can be really good. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. It's something that's worked well for me over the years. Make sure you look at your smaller crankbaits, and even some balsa crankbaits like your flat sides. And a lot of guys will throw like a shad wrap type bait, like a number 7, but you might even try like a number 5 size. But what I'm trying to say is use that as a reference for scaling down in your sizes and really utilizing some different things in order to get bites. And I know a lot of times we don't think those fish are up there in that shallow water, but they're actually up there sometimes because that's some of the warmest water in the lake. And if you have a bit of a warming trend or a later afternoon sun just kind of hitting the bank, not a lot of wind, those areas can definitely produce some bites. So make sure you try these small crankbaits in the wintertime. Just a quick video. Hey, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider that. It's one of the best ways you can support the channel. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video or get anything out of it. And then also in the description, I'll have links to my merch page, which is Team Niggemeyer Fishing, as well as my website. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, good fishing.